Welcome back to India Tonight, where we're asking the question, how should we understand, how should we assess Anna Hazare? Gentlemen, let's come to Anna Hazare's praise for Narendra Modi. Kumar Ketkar, many people have seen this as alleged support for Narendra Modi's views about Muslims and perhaps even an exoneration of the 2002 killings. I put it to you, is that a fair interpretation or is that a huge exaggeration?
It may be huge exaggeration, but that is not the point. Anna Hazare is not in the business of actually promoting ethics. I mean, let us not describe self-righteousness of some people as some kind of universal ethical principle. Many self-righteous people think themselves as greater than all the people rest in the world. And I think his elevation of Narendra Modi was completely unjustified, because he should have seen that corruption does not merely mean signing 2G or signing 3G or signing CWG scandals, but actually participating in a crime against humanity. Narendra Modi's crime against humanity also should be seen as complete full corruption against humanity, and therefore he should not have elevated Narendra Modi and later on clarified that he was merely talking about the rural development programs that he has started.
Okay.
I think this is completely wrong. Either he is too naive about politics, or he is surrounded by people like Ramdev Baba to RSS Ram Madhav, who are actually guiding the political talk that he indulges in.
Swami Agnivesh, would you accept that in this instance, Anna Hazare, even if he didn't mean the way he's been interpreted, made a terrible mistake praising Narendra Modi?
Well, I would not say terrible mistake, but once he did it and then he got some sort of a flack from his own colleagues, friends, etc., like Medha Patkar and Mallika Sarabhai and many others, Rohit Prajapati from Baroda, etc., he immediately was, wise enough to say that, well, I might have said whatever I said based on whatever newspaper information I had. If I get more information and correct information, maybe I will revise my whole opinion about Narendra Modi and his concept or sort of development in the rural areas. Let me share with you, Karan, that yesterday I was in Ahmedabad, and at Darpana Academy run by Mallika Sarabhai, I had a meeting with a host of eminent NGOs from many parts of Gujarat, and they shared with me the reality about Gujarat's rural development and even urban development also. And that's a real, very, very stark situation, very, very alarming situation. And I collected all that information, came back today to Delhi, and went straight to Maharashtra Southern, where Annaji was staying. And I told him all of that. And I said, Anna, look, people of Gujarat, ordinary people, the poor people, want you to go there, visit them, and then find out the truth for yourself. And maybe once you visit there, you will retrace your statement about Narendra Modi and issue a corrective, which he has agreed. And maybe very soon, next fortnight's time, he will be visiting Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, or some such other area in Gujarat, where the people will come forward in their thousands and they will speak up.
But you're saying something very important. Once again, like the earlier remark that I quoted in part one about the Indian voter, this was an unthinking remark that would have been better left unsaid. Would you agree with that?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because he is so spontaneous. You know, spontaneity is something very, very healthy in our society, but not so known or seen among the politicians.
Okay.
The politicians, you know, they calculate every word this way, that way, or double meaning words, etc. Anna Hazare is not like that.
Let me put that to you. Is this an instance of healthy spontaneity rather than cold, careful, deliberate calculation, which is what we're used to from politicians? And if it is healthy spontaneity, do you applaud it, or do you say, no, this is naivete and simplicity that we can do without?
I shall grant him the benefit of doubt and say it was spontaneous remark, but I also will point out that as a Gandhian, giving a testimonial to perhaps one of India's greatest anti-Gandhian politicians, who has a record of mass violence, is quite obscene.
So there is in fact a deeper, more fundamental paradox and contradiction in praising Narendra Modi, and that is almost obscene in your eyes.
Oh, yeah. It's naivety, but I agree. I will agree with Kumar Ketkar in many of his things he has said, but it's naivety pushed to its logical conclusion almost.
What about something else, Mr. Gurcharan Das? In praising Narendra Modi, albeit only for his development effort and nothing else, Anna Hazare overlooked the fact that Modi has refused to appoint a Lokayukt for 6 consecutive years. Now, here's a man who's championing a tough Lokpal bill, praising a chief minister who's actually failed to appoint and deliberately failed to appoint a Lokayukt. Isn't that another contradiction?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think that he should not have spoken about any politician. I mean, this was fundamentally bad judgment. And you can call it spontaneity, etc., whatever you will.
But bad judgment.
But I think it's bad judgment. The point, though, to make is what he's trying to say is, and this is what people who are small-scale businessmen in Gujarat will tell you, that the level of corruption is far lower of that kind, the Inspector Raj.
Can I contradict you?
And that's what he was talking about.
But you just heard at great length Swami Agnivesh say that when he went to the Darpan Academy, he heard from people who know the level of development, terrible stories that he's brought and told Anna Hazare about, and those stories contradict the praise. Let me move on and put this to you very quickly, Swami Agnivesh. Anna Hazare is today fighting for a tough Lokpal bill. But he's ended up praising a chief minister who for 6 deliberate consecutive years has failed to appoint a Lokayukt. Isn't that a damning contradiction and a bit embarrassing?
Well, he is fighting for a tough Lokpal, no doubt about it. At the same time, he is also fully aware that as many as 17 states which have Lokayukt don't have the right type of Lokayukt, and those Lokayukts are very, very ineffective. You can take stock of the Delhi Lokayukt. The Delhi Lokayukt, Justice Manmohan Sareen has complained about one of Sheila Dikshit's minister, written a letter to President of India, he should be removed. Nothing is happening. So they don't have teeth. They are all advisory roles. So when he is fighting for a tough Lokpal, at the same time, he is suggesting that the Lokayukt also should have a different type of a whole legal framework where they have all the powers to investigate and do something needful.
I'm not sure if that really answers my question, but I'll take it as your answer nonetheless. Very, very quickly, gentlemen, we've got about just a minute left. Kumar Ketkar, you called Anna Hazare naive. You said he was simple-minded. Digvijay Singh said exactly the same thing over the weekend. Some people think that Anna Hazare may even be used by the people around him. Even if all that is true, and the man is not a saint, does he become a fraud, or is that an unfair conclusion to come to?
I don't want to draw that kind of a conclusion. That would be unfair. But point is, he must understand that ethics cannot be completely separated from politics, just as politics cannot be separated completely from ethics. And to be politically innocent and ethically considers himself superior, I think it is not a contradiction. It is just not even a bad judgment. It is bad politics and bad ethics as well. And for Gandhiji, politics was ethics and ethics was politics. For Anna Hazare, ethics is self-righteousness, and for people who surround him are having politics first and ethics later in their mind.
I suppose a simple question that the ordinary viewer asks himself is this: is Anna Hazare a good man or is he a flawed man? Which would you say?
I will say he's a good man, but his ways perhaps to some extent are flawed, but politics is the art of the possible. He is the best bet we have.
How bad are the flaws? A quick answer.
Well, you know, you could even dissect Gandhi in that way.
No, but answer this. How bad are the flaws? We're running out of time.
Yeah, no, I think the flaws are superficial. I frankly think we are lucky that he is around.
That's right.
And that I think this has given a real fillip to a movement, and some good is going to come out of it.
Very quickly, Swami Agnivesh, there will be many Anna Hazare supporters who will say that this program itself was targeting Anna Hazare. Has this program been unfair? Has it targeted Anna Hazare, or have we raised legitimate issues and tried to put them in perspective? A quick answer.
करण जी, मुझे तो लगता है कि खुद अन्ना हजारे भी इस प्रोग्राम को सुनेंगे तो बहुत खुश होंगे, और आपको बधाई देंगे, धन्यवाद करेंगे इस बात के लिए कि आपने अन्ना हजारे जी के सारे एस्पेक्ट्स के बारे में जितनी चर्चा की, कुल मिलाकर के जो लास्ट में सबने समाप्त किया कि ही इज़ द बेस्ट बेट टुडे, ही इज़ ए फिलिप, ये जो बातें आई हैं, ये है जो चीज़ आज अन्ना को समाप्त करती है। वो अपने आप को गांधी के कहीं बराबर नहीं कह रहे हैं, उनके पैरों की धूल के बराबर कहते हैं अपने आप को, उनके स्कूल का एक विद्यार्थी बताते हैं अपने आप को। इतनी विनम्रता आज बताइए किस राजनीतिक नेता में है या किस सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता में है। इतनी विनम्रता के साथ एक सीधा सरल आदमी जो 26 साल की उम्र में सेना की नौकरी को छोड़ करके और आत्महत्या की तरफ जा रहा था, आज वो पूरे देश के लिए एक सिंबल बन गया है रैली अराउंड करने का। मुझे लगता है कि अन्ना खुद स्वयं आपको धन्यवाद देंगे कि आपने बहुत बढ़िया ढंग से अन्ना जी के चरित्र का जो चित्रण किया है, इससे लोगों की आस्था और बढ़ेगी अन्ना के प्रति और ये आंदोलन मजबूत होगा।
Thank you, Swami Agnivesh, for those kind words of praise. Maybe I should try and sum up a bit journalistically by saying Anna Hazare, no doubt, is a symbol for the moment. And if that symbol has some flaws, then those flaws are very much Indian flaws reflective of our society. Perhaps that's the best way of understanding. He has the flaws that we have. He's like one of us. He's as damaged as us, but in many ways, he's more honest than us. My thanks to all my guests for joining me. And if you have been, thanks for watching. Goodbye. Good night.